What's happening, everybody? Here we are in Fruita Colorado, day 4 riding out here. I had to come back to 18 Mile today because I am testing a very similar bike to the Ripley I rode out here a couple days ago. So I'm really excited about this. Plus, some of the trails out here were just so much fun. Joe's Ridge and PBR, those are going to happen again today. So today is another bike that is definitely in the contention for my new one. It is the Pivot Trail 429. This is running a Fox 34, which is a 140 up front, 130 in the front, 120 in the rear. You can get it with the Enduro version, which comes with a Fox 36 and then a Float X in the back. But this is just the regular trail version. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. It should be pretty similar to the Ripley that I test rode. This is running the Dior XT shifters, and it has the DT Swiss, the M1900 rims on it. So yeah, see how it goes today. Starting the descent on Joe's Ridge. Really good in the corners, just like that Ripley is. Can really just get around the corners. Maybe just initial impression, we'll see how it goes the rest of the day. Maybe not quite as poppy and hoppy as the Ripley, but definitely more than the Rip Mo. Yeah. It is nice, that front tire. I gotta look at this head tube angle and see if it's any different than the Ripley. Just seems like it's just that front tire is just out in front of me a little bit more. And up the steep. Yeah, I mean, just a billy goat. Gets right up this steep stuff with no problem. Alright, keep going down Joe's Ridge here. Had to stop and do some, get some drone shots of the trail here. I was going to try to do the follow me on the drone, but the handlebar mount I have is not going to work in like rocky stuff. It's just bouncing around too much. So, drone's away. Let's get to riding. Joe's Ridge, here we go. So this has the SLX brakes on it, and I would definitely upgrade them. I mean, I really got to get on them to slow this thing down on these hills. The brakes on the Ripley, and especially that Rip Mo, are way nicer. And if you ask me, if you're gonna put money into something first, put it into your brakes. Now we're gonna go down to Mojo. So, initial impressions, other than these SLX brakes just being shit, I like it. Definitely just as good in the corners as the Ripley. It's just not as responsive. It's not as playful. It's not as poppy and hoppy. But I would say it's a little bit more planted. So if you like a little more planted bike, if you're looking for like a downhill bike that pedals extremely well uphill, maybe get the enduro version of this. But yeah, let's try it on Mojo here. And then I got to get over to PBR for sure. That was my favorite out here. Yes, a couple days ago. Still jumps pretty good. Just not quite as lively and playful as that Ripley. Definitely more lively and playful than the Rip Mo. Definitely a lighter bike than that one. Still, I mean, the suspension's really nice through all of this. Definitely nothing here that I would need that 36 up front for in the enduro version. But I'm also not a huge guy. I'm 5'8", 170, 175, somewhere in there. Now, at Horse Thief Bench yesterday, probably would have wanted that enduro fork and rear suspension. And we're pedaling out. So overall, really nice bike, nice trail bike. I would definitely put better brakes on it. Very good pedaler. I do feel a little bit more stable than that Ripley, because that front tire, again, it just seems like it's further out in front of me. And the reach on this bike I like a little bit better. The Ripley, I felt like I was a little too angled down. Now obviously if I bought my own, that's fixable with a different stem. So it's not a game changer, but let's keep going down Mojo. Suspension doesn't feel as like supple and soft as that Ripley or Ripmo did. Now it could just be, I mean, these are demo bikes. It could just be this one's got a little more wear and tear on it. Because they're running the same suspension up and back, and both have a DW link, so you'd expect them to be pretty comparable. But that Ripley just felt smoother, not as harsh. I know a lot of people really, really like this bike. I got two buddies that swear by this thing, and even the guy at the shop said this would be my favorite. A nice bike, just not as nice as the Ripley, for me. Just about up to the top of Prime Cut, which is the return uphill to get over to PBR, which stands for Pumps, Bumps, and Rollers. Yeah, this 429, I feel like it doesn't climb quite as good as the Ripley. I gotta double check. But I think that Ripley might have had carbon rims on it, and this one does not, which would obviously make a pretty significant difference in that. But I'll check when I get back to the shop. I did rent all of these bikes from Over the Edge Bike Shop in Fruita, right in downtown. They've been awesome to work with. Great shop. Make sure to check them out if you're in town. All right, let's see how this one does on PBR. This was my favorite trail on the Ripley. Well, pretty good air there. Thing does corner really well. This trail just has such good flow all the way down. Again, this bike is light and poppy, just not as much as the Ripley. The Ripley, I was just able to pop off of stuff on this trail a lot easier. And that's kind of the rider I am. I like to jump and throw my bike around a little bit. Not the fastest rider out there, but I want to have the most fun. The group of guys I ride with describe me as slow and sendy. Ooh. Good traction on the tires there. I almost lost it. Woo. Long trail. A little bit longer than I remember it. Maybe I was just going faster on the Ripley. Woo! Still a fun trail. It's probably my favorite trail out here. Close second is Joe's Ridge. Well, everybody, we just made it back from riding the Pivot Trail 429 out here at 18 Mile in Fruita, Colorado. Overall, pretty good bike, good climber, good at the descents as well. I would just say not as lively and poppy as the Ibis Ripley that I rode. Also, this just kind of had a lower end group set on it. It had the Dior XT shifters, and it had these SLX brakes, and I don't know if they just need to get replaced, but the brakes on this were just not great. So yeah, I was going to go ride Zippity Doodah. I rode that on the Ripley 2 days ago, but to be honest, with the brakes on this bike and how steep that is, I just don't trust it. So I'm going to skip that one today. Hope you guys liked the video. If you do, make sure to click that like and subscribe button down below, and keep following me as I keep searching for my next new bike. Until next time, wander well, my friends, because you only have one life to live.